and having to have your way. No to watching things that are poisoning your spirit.
Joel Osteen is a name synonymous with faith, hope, and prosperity preaching, reaching millions around the world. Known for his uplifting messages and motivational sermons, he has transformed Lakewood Church into a global powerhouse. Yet behind the polished image lies controversy, criticism, and personal tragedy. From the roots of his family's faith to his rise as a media-savvy pastor, Osteen's journey is as complex as it is inspiring. While he emphasizes living your best life now, questions about his theology, church finances, and responses to crises have sparked debate. Understanding Joel Osteen means looking closely at the man, the ministry, and the challenges that define his story. Early life and family background. Joel Osteen grew up in Houston, Texas, immersed in a household where faith was more than ritual. It was the lens through which every challenge was viewed. His father, John Osteen, moved away from conventional Southern Baptist teachings and embraced a ministry centered on miracles and healing, shaping Joel's early understanding of what church could be. His mother, Dodie, was a steadfast presence, balancing nurturing care with a strong spiritual example. The family faced difficult moments, most notably the birth of Joel's sister Lisa, who was born with severe disabilities. Rather than letting hardship diminish their spirit, the family leaned deeper into faith and the belief that divine intervention could change lives. Joel observed this daily, learning the power of resilience, hope, and prayer. His siblings also reflected this ethos, one becoming a surgeon and missionary, another taking on pastoral roles, demonstrating how a foundation of service and belief could manifest in vastly different ways. Lakewood Church origins. Lakewood Church's story began in 1959 in a modest feed store on Houston's northeast side, reflecting humble beginnings that belie the megachurch it would become. Originally called Lakewood Baptist Church, it soon shed the Baptist label to embrace a broader mission centered on faith and miracles. Over the following decades, the congregation steadily grew, surpassing 5,000 members by the late 1970s. During this time, Joel Osteen was quietly learning the mechanics of ministry, though he wasn't drawn to the pulpit. Instead, he immersed himself in media, observing his parents' work while studying television and communication techniques. He learned to edit sermons, understand audiences, and present messages in a way that resonated widely. This behind-the-scenes apprenticeship gave him a deep understanding of both the spiritual and practical sides of running a church. By the time he would eventually step into leadership, Joel had cultivated a skill set rare among pastors, a combination of media savvy, strategic communication, and an ability to inspire through storytelling. Entry into ministry. Joel's path into ministry was not conventional. After high school, he briefly attended Oral Roberts University to study communications, but soon returned home to focus on building Lakewood Church's television presence. By age 19, he was producing broadcasts, tracking sermons, and ensuring the church's message reached a national audience, all without stepping onto the stage as a preacher. His first public sermon came in January 1999. A nervous yet heartfelt effort focused on connecting with people through humor, personal stories, and optimism. Just 6 days later, his father passed away unexpectedly, leaving a leadership void. Despite his limited experience in preaching, Joel stepped into the role of senior pastor by June, drawn not by ambition, but by responsibility and faith. His early media work heavily influenced his preaching style. He focused on clarity, positivity, and practical encouragement rather than complex theological debates. This transition shows how Joel's journey was shaped as much by circumstance as by preparation, blending behind-the-scenes expertise with an emerging public presence that would define his ministry. Growth and expansion of Lakewood. Under Joel Osteen, Lakewood Church grew at an extraordinary pace. Weekly attendance surged from 6,000 to more than 25,000 within 5 years, and the church's television broadcasts expanded its reach worldwide. Joel invested strategically in media, ensuring sermons, events, and the church's brand were polished and accessible. One of his boldest moves was converting the former Houston Rockets arena into Lakewood's main sanctuary, a transformation costing over $150 million in today's terms. The new facility, with 16,000 seats, classrooms, waterfalls, and state-of-the-art media capabilities, opened in 2005, cementing Lakewood as a symbol of modern megachurch ambition. This expansion reflected Joel's philosophy of blending spiritual inspiration, with high-level presentation and organizational sophistication. Beyond physical growth, the church's influence soared culturally and socially, with people around the world engaging with sermons, books, and online content. Message and theology. Joel Osteen's sermons are centered on hope, positivity, and personal growth, diverging from traditional Christian emphases on sin, repentance, and suffering. His approach is rooted in prosperity theology, teaching that faith can bring health, wealth, and success, appealing to congregants seeking practical improvements in life alongside spiritual growth. While this message inspires millions, it has sparked criticism from theologians who argue it oversimplifies complex religious teachings. Some describe Osteen's theology as cotton candy gospel, pleasant and motivational, but lacking spiritual depth. Critics worry it may inadvertently place blame on individuals who struggle, suggesting insufficient faith prevents blessings. Despite these critiques, the model resonates widely due to its accessibility, uplifting tone, and motivational framing, particularly in a culture hungry for positivity. Joel balances traditional faith concepts with modern self-help strategies, creating a platform that encourages daily improvement and gratitude, family, and personal life. Joel Osteen's personal life is deeply intertwined with his ministry. He met his wife, Victoria, in 1985 during a seemingly ordinary visit to a jewelry store, and their partnership has become a cornerstone of Lakewood Church. Victoria, initially a psychology student, gradually assumed leadership of the women's ministry, authoring best-selling books and becoming a visible co-leader of the church. Together, they have 2 children, Jonathan and Alexandra, who actively contribute to music and youth programs, bridging generational gaps within the congregation. The family's wealth, estimated between $50 and $100 million, stems primarily from book royalties, speaking engagements, and media ventures rather than the church's direct funds. Despite the public spotlight, the Osteen family maintains a balance of private family life and public ministry responsibilities, exemplifying a model where personal faith, family partnership, and professional ambition coexist. Their story humanizes the challenges and rewards of leading a global religious institution while managing personal relationships, public expectations, and the responsibilities of faith-based leadership. Controversies and criticism. Lakewood Church has faced significant scrutiny over finances, priorities, and ethical decisions. Critics point to limited charitable giving, with only 1.3% of the $90 million budget allocated to missions and outreach, while millions are spent on television programming, mega events, and church operations. Controversy also arose from the church taking a federal COVID-19 relief loan, later repaid, raising questions about the appropriateness of government aid for large religious institutions. The church's response during Hurricane Harvey drew public ire, as delays in opening the sanctuary for relief prompted backlash on social media. Legal disputes, including a child injury settlement, further fueled debate over safety and accountability. Critics argue that these events reflect priorities more aligned with brand building and media presence than pastoral care, security, and tragedy. Tragedy has also marked Lakewood Church, revealing the challenges of securing a massive and welcoming space. In 2024, an armed woman entered during a service, injuring multiple people, including her own child, highlighting vulnerabilities in security measures. The incident prompted national discussions about gun access, mental health, and safety in public worship spaces. Joel responded with messages of faith and hope, emphasizing resilience and spiritual recovery, which provided comfort to many attendees. However, critics argued that such responses risked overlooking systemic issues that contributed to the crisis. Balancing an open, community-focused church with the need for effective security remains a difficult task, particularly in spaces designed for tens of thousands of congregants. Legacy and continuing influence. Joel Osteen's influence continues to be profound despite criticism and controversy. His books, television programs, and public speaking engagements reach millions worldwide, offering messages of hope, positivity, and personal growth. Victoria Osteen remains an integral part of this legacy, expanding outreach through her books, podcasts, and co-leadership at Lakewood Church. Their children are now actively contributing to worship and creative projects, helping shape the next generation of ministry. Lakewood Church remains a major religious institution, drawing large crowds while leveraging modern media to engage a global audience. Joel's blend of motivational messaging, faith-based teaching, and media strategy highlights the evolving nature of ministry in the 21st century. His story illustrates how modern churches can integrate business acumen, media outreach, and spiritual guidance to achieve both cultural and religious influence.